I told I forgot who it was, but we need to put like all of our faces on the Breakfast Club kids dance when they're doing their little dance on the
we
top
talked
of the
about
bookshelf
that.
or whatever.
I haven't done it yet.
I want to be. I get Ali Sheedy or the nerd, one of those two. Probably the nerd. Y'all could put me on. Well, either one would fit, or even the bad boy.
I'm gonna work on it. I haven't gotten. I haven't. It's one thing I've never really done with Premiere or anything. It's doing like the keyframing thing where you set like an image to like the moving image and like keep it like where you keep it like steady like that. I've never actually done that before, so I have to kind of teach myself. So I've been getting better at clipping and stuff like that. Like I've just been using basic clipping thing. Have you looked at Streamlabs?
Streamlabs.
You should look into it. Like I'm looking at. Of course, I might do it myself. Like once we get the money for Lindsay, I'm gonna get like a year subscription for it, and that comes with like. I think it comes with 3 seats or whatever. So I mean, you basically it's like 3 accounts. You'd be able to have one too. You could do it as well, but it's like StreamYard, but it's actually a program you download. It's not solely through the web. It has the same kind of link based. Like you can join it with like just a link and everything like that. And it works with YouTube and everything like that. But they have like all these like really cool things built into it, and it's cheaper than StreamYard. It's like $150 for the year. And they have a bunch more features. You can first of all, like with their pro thing, you can have up to including you as a host, you can have 11 guests instead of just 10.
So one more person.
Yeah,
it would replace StreamYard?
I think it works with StreamYard too, from what I understand. It's really complicated.
So you would have to pay for both?
No, I wouldn't use both. I'm just saying. I'm thinking if like you kept StreamYard, you could still work with like if I got a Streamlabs thing, you can still work. We could still like integrate. But like I just like I was like looking at their model. They have the best pricing model of anybody I've looked at. Like they're not as like restrictive on like the number of hours it'll record and all that kind of crap like that. Like they have that green room thing like that, like you can get at the really high tier of StreamYard. Streamlabs has like that green room thing is like one of like their first, like one of the things you can do at the lower levels. And they also
if you end up trying it out, let me know what you think or how it works.
I have the free thing right now. I've just been messing around with it, but like they have like they also have like the AI automatic like clip searching thing, like you can get from like many other things. It comes with their pro thing. They do that automatically, and it's not like extra. So I'm looking at it pretty closely right now. I'm thinking about actually paying for like the $150 a year thing when I get that money. It does a lot of things. It's the same people that make OBS. OBS makes it, but this is like their StreamYard alternative that they created for like the web-based thing. Anyway.
Well, anything else going on in the world? I just looked at the news. I didn't see much.
The news has been pointless. I don't know lately to me. I don't know. I just like every time I try to turn on the news, I just hear the same bitching about Trump and Biden that I've been hearing.
It's an election year though. Like, what do you think you're gonna see?
But it hasn't. But the rhetoric has not changed for the last 3 years. It's the same thing I was hearing 3 years ago.
But what like it's an election year between Biden and Trump. What do you expect to have changed? I guess
I
is
don't
what
know.
I'm
I'm
wondering.
just. It's not that I expect
Why?
it to.
None of this would catch me by surprise. It's exactly what I would expect to see.
You're right. You're right. Absolutely. I mean, you're right. I shouldn't expect anything different, but nonetheless, I just like I don't know. I would think somebody would maybe have something new to say on it. It's just the same thing. Biden is old. Trump is retarded. You know, it's
They
just
are.
like,
They're old. They're both old. Both of them are old. That's my.
oh, I
So
know,
I
but
think for me, it might come down to VP.
yeah. Of course, Trump hasn't picked his yet, but I know Kamala's also. I mean, it just pretty much isn't anybody better than Kamala?
Almost. I mean, I could pick worse if I had to, but she's bad
I mean,
enough.
yeah. I
Like
mean,
she's really bad in my book.
Trump could pick like Charlie Kirk or something as VP, and I would be okay, fine.
Yeah,
Biden.
I'd probably. That would probably tilt it. Like so I'm saying, like if Trump picks the right VP, that alone could be enough to tilt it, depending on who he picks.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I completely agree because like they're
Because
both.
believe me, I'm trying to find every reason not to vote for Trump. I really
Me
am.
too.
I don't
Me too.
want to.
But I don't have a single reason to vote for Biden either. I mean, so it's pretty much going to be end up. I'm going to end up voting third party or voting for no one
Well,
again.
I'm definitely not voting for third party. I will be voting for one of the two, but who that person is, I might not even know until November because there's so many shenanigans that could happen with either one of them between now and then.
I mean, I feel like whoever wins between Trump and Biden, one of no matter who wins, they're probably not going to survive the term. I feel
I
like
mean,
we're gonna have the first president to die in the
what?
White
But
House.
that you're just picking something out of a hat to go on because none of us know. Like, there's no way to know that. So
There's no way to know that, but but Biden looks real bad, and Trump has been like, is Trump
I
is
agree, and it wouldn't. It's I'm not gonna like be shocked if it happens, but it's not. That's nothing. That's
well. That I mean, I'm saying that's why the
that's not enough
VP.
for me to base anything on.
That's the reason why the VP thing matters, though, because VP only matters if one of them
Yeah.
dies.
Yeah, I am making the assumption that there is a chance that
A
like whoever
strong chance.
is doesn't make it 4 years. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, how's it going, Chuck?
All right, fellas.
Are you still a Trump man, no matter what?
Not no matter what. I'm
Oh,
like you. You know, if something strange happens, I'm always open to alternatives. I'm not a chiseled, in stone set, dead set. I'm like
It's
you.
like
Always wait.
it's like Trump is just better than Biden at this point to you.
Oh yeah, his policies are much better.
I
I mean, whatever policies Biden just has whatever policies like his party tells him to have anyway. It's not like he has any ideas of his own. Not that Trump really did much better than that either, but still, it's like
I'm staying in bed.
okay.
Well, I don't think Trump understood how being at the top really worked. I
Yeah, I
think
don't think
he
so either.
I think
argue.
he had some bad people giving him bad advice.
He got railroaded by the whole GOP. He's got run right over. He got tied to the tracks and like fucking just like run over and backed over again.
And then left for dead. Yep.
I mean,
And
I'm
he
not
still
saying
has
that
those criminal trial. I take those 4 indictments very seriously.
I
So
do too.
we still
I
have
do
to
too.
see what comes out of that.
If he wins before they convict him, though, I still don't know if he can pardon himself. I'm still not sure about that. So we'll see.
Well, that would have
Or
to
if
go on. If he wins and takes office before there's anything happen, they can't do anything until after he's done.
right, they can impeach, but that's all they can do.
Yeah. But by the time he
And,
gets
and
done,
if he
he's
gets
going to be
and
so
if he gets
old.
impeached, if he gets impeached, then his VP can take over, and the VP can pardon him. So
Right. That's always an option.
right. I mean, what's his strong? I mean, like I haven't seen any like strong VP candidate for him at this point. He's not bringing Pence back. So, I don't think Nikki Haley is even like remotely.
No.
I mean, I've
She's
heard
the only
people-
one I would worry about. That would give me pause.
what
Who,
Nikki
Nikki
Haley?
Haley?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like her either.
that would be
She-
that would be the toughest choice of all between Kamala and
She's
Nikki.
like conservative Hillary Light, you know.
She
And
burnt
I'm
her
not too hot on
bridges.
Vivek either.
Oh, I'm not hot on. Yeah, that again, he's the one that I've heard floated around the most. I would have been down with like if RFK had actually, even though I don't like RFK, I think that would have been an interesting presidency to see RFK and Trump run. I would have been fascinated by that from a spectator standpoint. I don't like RFK and I don't like Trump that much, but I could see like they're opposing, like the way they oppose each other in different ways could have made an interesting dynamic, but it probably would have been a disaster.
It's not interesting enough for me to like want to see it play out in reality.
Still better than Kamala.
I think he'll pick either Tim Scott or Christy Nome.
Who's that? I don't know that
Christy
name.
From South Dakota.
Governor of South Dakota, I think. And then Tim Scott is the senator from
Yeah, I know who Tim Scott is.
okay.
Tim Scott is like that. Remember, like when Hillary chose her VP, like she chose like the most milquetoast white guy that she can. That's what Tim Scott is to me. He's just like there's like some safe white guy pick. Like I mean, if Trump really wanted to like really stick it to the progs in the election, he ought to
I
go.
thought Tim Scott was black.
He
Oh,
is.
Tim Scott's black.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time I checked.
I forgot. I get it. Well, I'm sorry. I get him confused with one of the GOP candidates that was running earlier on.
Rick
Named
Scott
very
from
similar.
Florida.
Lindsey Graham.
Oh God, Lindsey Graham. Like I'd vote for Kamala over
Oh,
Lindsey Graham.
I got an emergency phone call. I got to dip for a minute.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'd vote for Kamala over Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham can go fuck himself. I hate that guy. He's as bad as Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi.
well,
He ought
I don't know.
Trump ought to bring Hillary on as VP. That'd be hilarious. I mean, never gonna happen, but that would just be hilarious. Or bring back Bill. Bring back Bill as VP. Yeah, no, Tim Scott. Now that I'm clear on who Tim Scott is, yeah, Tim Scott, the black, that he would be a good choice, because then it balances out their whole like no, there's never been any black Republican things. I used to back in the day. I used to like Alan Keyes. I used to think Alan Keyes was a pretty good candidate. He used to have a radio show and stuff like that. I used to really like the things he had to say. He was very similar to similar to Ron Paul. I wouldn't be. I mean, even though I would prefer like if he chose like Rand Paul, I'd prefer him over Kamala by far. But like, I still don't like him very much. Not like his father. Or there are a couple of female candidates that have been floated around for VP for the GOP besides Nikki Haley. I can't remember what they are now. They all kind of blend together, but he ought to choose somebody that's not even a politician. He ought to choose somebody that's like like somebody that's like really like outside the mainstream. Kind of like what happened whenever like kind of like what happened with what's his name, like choosing Alaska lady
Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin, something like that, but somebody better than Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin was a disaster, but at least that could be. At least it would be. At least it'd be an interesting race then. There just aren't very many likable politicians, and that's what it comes right down to. They're just like, I mean, I don't just mean
But
like.
why do they have to be likable? All they have to do is do whatever it is you're voting them in office.
I mean, likable in terms of policies, or likable in terms of the things that they're actually supporting. There aren't many like politicians out there that actually have any sensible policy prescriptions. They don't seem to have any actual ideas. They just like they talk in platitudes. They talk in buzzwords. They don't have any. Nobody actually says anything.
I don't believe that. I think laws are getting passed, and
yeah, I
think that the function that they're there to do is getting done.
Me too, but that's like once they get in the office. When they're campaigning, they don't say anything. So it's hard to know what they really stand for.
Well, we get the little booklet, and it tells you their position. It gives you like all the candidates and where they stand on all the issues, and that's one of the things I go by when I'm trying to decide who to vote for. So that information is out there.
Yeah, I'd be okay with Chris Christie. I don't think Chris Christie's all that bad.
I don't know. I don't trust him at all.
I don't trust him, but
I mean, mafia.
He's better than what's his name
not Nikki.
No, the guy from Texas, like that everybody hates. I can't remember his name right now. The guy they even say that everybody in the Senate hates him. Like what's his name? Like he got accused of his father being the Zodiac killer and shit. Yeah, that guy.
No, I don't know him.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Hey, Dave. You think Nikki Haley? Come on and make your case for Nikki Haley. I want to hear a case for Nikki Haley being VP that makes me
because that's going to put her against Kamala for me, because Biden and Trump are going to cancel each other out, and that is a very I dislike both of them almost equally. I don't want either one of them representing me, so that's really going to make it hard for me to figure out what to do with my vote.
And there's a good chance, and it may not happen, but I think there's a decent chance that one of them will die after getting elected because of their age. So, although Trump does seem to have like Trump seems much less likely to die.
Why?
He just seems much more energetic than he seems to have a lot more. He's starting to stumble over. He's starting to hit that.
I don't watch Trump. Honestly, I haven't seen an appearance of him in years. So I really don't know.
He rambles a lot these days, but like he's still sharper than Biden.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hello. What's up?
Just chilling, prepping for my stream in a little bit.
Are you doing karaoke? What stream?
No, I'm doing Pokemon.
Oh, like a video game or card game? Oh, okay.
We're doing. Me and a friend are doing something called a Soul Lock. It's a much harder way to play Pokemon.
Okay.
So
I thought
imagine
Pokemon was where you walk around the city, like the town, like the real life city, and they have these little creatures that you can see.
You're thinking of Pokemon Go. That's Pokemon Go. Okay. Pokemon is an RPG, like a battle RPG.
I was thinking about playing Final Fantasy Rebirth on stream because you can stream directly to YouTube from the PS5.
Yep.
So I was thinking about like stream. I guess I just got it on a really cheap, like I found a really cheap code for it. So I was thinking about streaming like Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
So do you actually think Kamala's going to be the running mate again?
Yeah.
I just assume I would be overjoyed if she wasn't. I just assumed.
I thought they didn't like her.
Oh well,
but
that'll make it interesting.
That would make it interesting. If Biden actually chose a different running mate, that would make it interesting. But it's very, very unlikely that they're going to if for a re-election to choose a different running mate.
Yeah, I was actually I thought you were talking about who you wanted as a presidential candidate instead of Trump, possibly.
No, I'm talking about
I was saying Nikki Haley because I feel like she could win a lot more Democratic votes than any of the other people.
Oh,
because the first female president thing.
Yeah.
It would just automatically like require certain people to vote because they believe in equality and that equity, not equality, and they feel like a woman should be in the primary seat, and if so, she would. I think she would win.
Back years back, whenever she was like floated around as a candidate, before like back in like the Obama days and stuff like that, whenever she was just like before she became like an ambassador and stuff, all that stuff like that. I used to think Nikki Haley was okay, but she has really turned into the most traditional like politician like that.
Yeah. I agree. You're just getting a cookie cutter Republican if she's in there.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of okay with that as opposed to the cookie cutter Democrat that we've had this whole time.
Yeah, no, me too.
Because he's not running the He's not running the party. The party's running him, obviously.
Yeah.
I think it would be much the same.
I cannot believe how easily he's winning the primaries. Like it's just like
Biden or
Trump. But at the same time, there's no real competition. Like one's really competing with it.
I don't even think it's so much that. It's just the pro-Trumpers are all going to vote. The people that don't want Trump aren't going to give a fuck because they're not going to make a decision on who they want instead. Because they'd all have to have a consensus of who they want instead. Because granted, Trump is still getting over 50% of the Republican or of the people that are coming to vote. But the other people are like, well, it doesn't matter who I vote for. If it's not Trump, it's not going to win. A lot of other people feel defeatist. So they're like, nah, he's got it in the bag. But I don't think he wins against Biden. A lot of people disagree with me. But I think Biden beat Trump without the incumbent advantage, and now he has the incumbent advantage. So,
yeah, but the only reason Biden won was because of COVID, though.
I still don't even know.
Oh right, you both. I think, Chris, did you give us?
Why would I give you a Santa story?
Because we were collecting Santa stories.
Oh.
It gets us our likes.
Gotcha.
I knew you were going to say
something. Do you have a Santa story?
I was like, if I don't button it up, maybe he won't notice.
No, but I have a Santa shirt.
We were telling
says
Santa
I still believe
from our lives, Santa, but preferably sad and tragic ones. If you have a
Frank told me his.
No, I don't.
Frank told me Jeff's. Frank played the clip of Jeff's the other day, and I have to admit that is a great Santa story you had. It is a very tragic, sad story. It was definitely
the story of my life, really.
Dang.
My Santa story was that I was at 17. I was both Santa and the Easter Bunny within the same 12 months.
Nice.
But no one recognized you, huh?
Well,
like
no,
the kids didn't say, "Hey, aren't you Santa?" Because
when I was the Easter Bunny, I told people
covers your face.
I was embarrassed about the Santa thing, but when I became the Easter Bunny, I was just like, I just owned it for that time. I was just like, yeah, I'm the fucking Easter Bunny. What you gonna do about it, kind of thing.
I don't have any stories. What do you want me to say?
Maybe he's Jehovah's Witness, Frank. Not everybody grew up with Santa.
Maybe I'm Jewish.
We have all
been traumatized by Santa.
Don't you see my nose? Maybe I'm Jewish.
Well, regardless of if you're
sorry, I'm trying to find an angle to where my nose looks long and pointy. Sorry.
It's an entertainment show.
Not trying to destroy you. Sorry. Anyway, I got to get going because I got to finish getting ready, but I just wanted to pop up and tell you why Nikki Haley.
Okay. Well, no,
Okay.
you made a good point. I'm going to take into account that a cookie cutter Republican might be slightly better than whatever Democrat. Like, just overlook her Nikki Haley-ness.
A cookie cutter Republican that has a lot of Democratic talking points too, so she does kind of appeal to both sides.
Exactly. It's about winning. It's not about.
I mean, we
who's
can all
best.
agree that Marianne Williamson and RFK have zero chance of winning winning.
Because let's be honest, Trump was a Democrat most of his life, so.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. All right, bye. Love you guys. Have fun. Enjoy your stream.
I don't know.
I'm literally filing my nails. I don't know. Is it? Should we wrap up?
I guess we can. 26 minutes. That's like that. I think that's.
Anybody want to come on? I didn't turn my banner on. Maybe that makes a difference. Maybe they can't. Maybe it doesn't feel official till the banner's on. You can call. Come up.
Come on, Frank. Come on the stream for the first time, Frank. We talk to you all the time on Discord.
Yeah, we were going to talk about the Survivor conspiracy theory. It's two. The first one I forgot. It was one from like within Survivor itself, but the other one was that during Russiagate, Mark Burnett was supposedly connected to Russia, and he was the one that, like, when he created The Apprentice, he was the one that started to groom Trump and help prop him up as part of the plan to make it. And Mark Burnett's the guy that started Survivor, at least here in the U.S. So there was like a Survivor connection into the Russiagate thing through Mark Burnett.
No. I mean, he created Survivor. Period. The Survivor U.S. was
it was adapted from a game called Swiss Family Robinson. I think it was Dutch or maybe Swedish.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
It was like a survival game, more than a social politics game.
Well, Mark.
Yeah, Russ. I told you, Russell's from my part. We're probably related. He's from my part of the country. I know a lot of Russell Hanson. I know that personality. I recognized him right away when he was on the show. Like, oh Lord, that's my people. And then he had his nephew on too. I don't blame I don't blame any one group at all. I don't think there's a single group coordinating.
You can blame a Jew. You can blame a Jew or a couple of Jews. You just
don't
blame the Jews.
I would blame for specific things, and I imagine the actors involved would be different for each thing I'm trying to blame. So It doesn't all trace back to one single person or group of people. The Katrina, I know it was. I watched it in Vegas. I was living in Vegas at the time, and I watched it on TV like all day long, and it was hard.
The Katrina thing, yeah.
Because we knew the storm was coming in, and so I went to bed that night worried, like, oh, when I wake up, will it have hit New Orleans? What's going to happen, etc. And I woke up and I ran downstairs and I turned on the TV, and it was fine. Like the storm, the New Orleans had survived and the winds had died down and all that. And I was relieved. I'm like, oh, good. It made it through. And I went on about my day. And then like an hour or two later, that levee started to break.
Right.
And the water started to slowly fill up. And that's when I realized that what I thought was a reprieve was just the beginning of the nightmare. And when I could see the water leaking through the levee, and because the city's like a bowl, I said, this is not going to be good. I said, it's not the hurricane. It's going to be this water that we have to worry about. And that's just started. And it was like a slow motion nightmare on TV all day long, just watching that water rise. I had a friend whose dad was trapped he went on the roof to try to get out, and they had to come get him with the helicopter.
I was trying to find the clip. I can't find it for some reason. I figured that'd be really easy to find, but like the only thing, the main thing I think most people
Yeah,
remember
he lied.
about that was Kanye being on that thing with Mike Myers saying Trump does not care about black people thing. Mike Meyer looking so uncomfortable, just so.
That was during Katrina.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, you talking
Katrina.
about Bush?
Oh
Bush,
yeah,
Bush doesn't. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I do
George
remember.
Bush does not care about black people.
And you know what? Nobody cared because if you watch the footage, you have every skin color helping every skin color get out of those, get off of rescue, get out of those buildings and into the boats. Because when hurricanes, there is no skin color, there is no race. When a hurricane hits,
Yeah, I know.
everybody pulls together and helps everybody. Like there's no time or room for racism in that kind of environment.
There is not, no. And there were plenty of white people living in New Orleans too. But there is the clip. I found it. It's just hilarious how uncomfortable. It's not really what Kanye says isn't what's funny. It's how uncomfortable Mike Myers looks. He's like he looks like he's just like horrified and like it's like he's like I didn't sign off on this. I don't know what's going on here. This dude ain't reading the script. Kanye wasn't even a huge name at that point. I think he'd only put out like an album or two. I think he put out.
I knew him from my kids. Were listening, like whatever his big album was.
It was
came out
Gold
around
Digger.
that time, and all the kids were listening to it and talking about it. And that's
Gold Digger was out at the time, and he was big from that. You know, yeah. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't breaking with no. She ain't fucking with no. You know,
I'm old, Chris.
Oh, you've heard the song. It had like they had the Jamie Foxx doing his impression of Ray Charles doing like the impression of Ray Charles doing that song, so he didn't have to pay the rights for the sample.
No,
it was like one of the biggest songs of all time at the time. But anyway. No Bad Days. I don't think I've seen No Bad Days before. Where are you from? No Bad Days.
Oh, that's Moose, isn't it?
Is that Moose? Oh yeah, that's right. That's got I see the fish picture now. Okay. Man, you guys change your names too much. Like I can't keep track.
That's not nice. Like we did. It's like a demon growl. We listened to one the other day.
Just a Minute is also a name I'm not familiar with, but I think I've seen him before.
We're good. Maybe we're getting new people. Welcome to all the new people. Of course, all of our old faithfuls. We love and appreciate y'all.
You have 3 months of premium on this. Premium of what? Premium of StreamYard?
Oh, is that a different channel than your old channel? I mean, your whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me check it out. How'd you get? Oh yeah, I'm gonna subscribe to this one. How did you get 3 free months? I want some of that premium YouTube.
I haven't resubscribed yet, but I'm going to. I love YouTube Premium. I think YouTube Premium is great because you get YouTube Music ad free. And you get you don't have to worry about like ad blockers getting like thing. It's like the only I unsubscribed from every streaming service, but I kept my YouTube premium subscription as long as I could. But I'll just when I get back, I'll just do the individual plan because I used to have.
I can't wait to get monetized. Yeah, that envelope is getting pushed so hard.
Oh yeah, that's one of the cool things about Streamlabs, man. Like Streamlabs has like built-in like donation and merch options. Like you could
merch. We need merch.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
Streamlabs has a built-in merch thing where like you can design and you can send in your own design and it's print on demand.
Well,
So
you said you have the free trial already.
I have the free trial, but you don't get the merch options until you pay for the premium.
Oh.
But like it's not. But like I said, compared to like Streamlabs, like $150 for a whole year is not bad. Like it's really not bad at all. And like, and I've looked, I have compared every single one of these streaming type things like that. It is got the most features for the least amount of money. It's really not bad. And like they have like you could open up a merch store really easily that integrates. You can do whole themes for your stream. Like
I want to be an entire media.
Kind of like a Jim Bob has like his little like TV thing, you know, like that. Like he does like his little thing like that. You can do stuff like that like really easily with Streamlabs. It's really fucking sick. I'm actually, I can't believe it took me that long to find it because I looked at tons of other options before I came across it.
Well,
it's like,
make some little clips or use it on your channel one day, and we can.
I made some clips of the Buck Angels stream from this other site called something, and it'll let you do like at least a couple of videos for free. I made a bunch of clips from that, and I keep meaning to send them to you so you can post them on the channel, but I just haven't done it yet.
Well, I'm talking about with Streamlabs. With
Streamlabs, I haven't paid for the thing, so I can't use the clip thing yet, but it'll let you stream.
Lindsay doesn't really hang out here much, really. I don't think. So
yeah,
you're holding our likes hostage to control the crowd, like to gatekeep the audience.
Just a minute.
No,
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. I haven't really been watching the panels lately or involved in any latest panel drama. Really, couldn't tell you what's going on. I think the same people that are usually fighting are still all fighting. But I'm over here doing my own thing.
I know. I talked to Machine on Neurojack's stream the other day briefly.
Oh,
I told you about that. Like how he sent me an invite to his stream, and I went on there, and and iFi was there, and iFi was like, I'm not streaming with this asshole. And
iFi said that to you when you went on.
Yeah, and he told Neuro, he was like to Neuro, he was like, you either kick him or I'm leaving. He's like, kick him or I'm leaving. And Neuro was like, I'm not gonna kick Chris just because like you tell me to. And he was like, well, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And then like 20 minutes later, he left.
Girl, bye.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I didn't even say I was really sick at the time. I wasn't even saying much. I wasn't on there like arguing with anybody. I just kind of popped up to say
the thing with iFi, I've seen the range that he's capable. I've seen him at his best. I've seen him at his worst. He consistently shows up at his worst when he's capable of like bringing so much of a better side of him and I'm just tired of enabling that. Like if he could show up more consistently as like the better like the best, why would you not want to bring the best you can be to a situation instead of the worst? But he like actively chooses to bring the worst parts of himself.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I feel like I'm contributing to that, and I don't want to be helping someone be the worst that they can be. I'm trying to help people be the best they can be.
I agree with you completely. Like I like literally with iFi, like I mean I was an iFi booster. I was a defender of him for a long time. Like when people like talk shit about him back whenever he was. It wasn't until he did his whole like I'm leaving YouTube forever and all that shit like that I saw him for who he really was. That he was just like an attention whore. And like that's when I turned on him. I mean, like my attitude towards him turned completely after that. And he stopped coming on and making points. He stopped coming on and just just randomly ranting about like whatever, like the other day.
Yeah, I think he has a very active shadow Like whatever he's here to do in his own mind, his shadow is here to do something else, and his shadow wins out.
Yeah.
A motion detector. I admit mine is not the best. In fact, I think it disguises the shit as like flowers or perfume or some savory dish.
No bad days. I mean, Chopper Jeff. Or no, it's not Chopper Jeff. I'm sorry, Moose.
He ran away to the woods like 10, 20 times by now. I think every time he signs off, he runs away.
He doesn't have a bunker in the woods. That's the thing. He's a poser when it comes to even having a bunker. He doesn't even have one. You have more of a bunker than he does, Moose. Lindsay, I personally don't have a problem with Lindsay. Because I barely ever interacted with her. I have interacted with her like twice.
I don't know her that well. I know she has a reputation for being an instigator.
Yeah, but like when she's
like who among us doesn't really?
Yeah, when she's come on the panel, she's always been respectful. When she's in the comments, she does sometimes talk shit, but so does like Cynthia. Cynthia will talk mad shit in the comments, but she'll be really nice on the stream. So like, I mean, I don't really care. People.
Well, you know what? Why don't you say it to her face?
Hey, there you go, Cynthia. Yeah, because Cynthia, I have seen you talk mad shit in the comments, but you're always such a nice person on stream. You know. Like I've seen you go off on the comments, you know. But see, I don't count the comments. I don't count the comments as part of like I don't hold comments against people because like I myself like if I'm just commenting, I'll be like the bad version of Chris in the comments. Like I won't be polite in the comments. I will say things that I normally wouldn't say. But so like I don't have any problem with people like acting up in the comments, but like whenever you're on stream, you're always like super polite and like you never talk shit, you never instigate shit, you never do anything like that. So like I'm always like I'm always like a Cynthia defender, but like I don't even like you have you made up with Machine? I heard you guys were actually talking again.
Yes, we've made up.
Oh, well, that's interesting because
we actually made up like 3 days later. Like it's been very
which is interesting because that was my crime was defending you or
bringing you on. So was bringing you on, and TML is still mad at Jeff.
Why?
I don't know. No one knows.
Because I let you on the show or something. I don't. You were there.
Oh no, he was still mad at me at that time for sure.
Right, and I got like in the crossfire of that, and now that y'all made up, I'm still.
Well, we didn't make. It's not that we just started talking to me again, so we never talked about it or anything. So just go around. I'm sure he'll start talking.
It's all okay. I mean, I'm not. He's doing his thing, and
he's going through shit. That's fine.
So a couple of things. I'm going to come back to Chris because Chris hit me with this curveball that I didn't see coming. B, I ran into iFi this weekend, and iFi had some things to say, but of course it's iFi. So I had some questions about that. And then what Chris was saying about instigating in the chat, but then so polite and up here. I think others have noticed, like, I'm not really an instigator start, but I never back down. Like, if you...
Yeah, no. I respect what you said. I respect what you said in the chat. It was when TML was on, and like you were like, I remember you were calling him a child and stuff like that. That's all I meant.
Yeah. No, if I respect you, even if I'm mad at you, I'm gonna still be nice, like, and I'm not gonna overstep boundaries. But if I don't have any respect for you, it's whatever comes to my mouth comes out of comes into chat.
I don't have a problem with that. I like I said, I chat and on stream are two different things to me. Those are two different realms. Like I can be a troll in the chat, but I'm not really a troll on stream, you know? Like I used to go on. I got in trouble for going on PF Young's chat, for not something I wasn't even trolling about. I was just like saying like regular stuff, and I got in trouble for that, and so that's why I stopped going to his comment section. I can be a real troll in chat, but like I just don't do that on stream, you know. But like it's just funny to me. Like I mean, like I think people take for me, like taking chat seriously is like taking Facebook seriously or taking Twitter seriously or something like that. It's like, of course, you're gonna say the inflammatory shit. You're just like you're trying to get some attention or something like that. You're trying to get someone to pay attention to you, right? So I think being on stream is a much different situation to me. So I don't know. Yeah, who knows what the topic of discussion is? That's a good point. Who is Leroy Gaines? Is that's a new name. I haven't seen that before. Who is the real OG Jeff? Is that Chopper?
Yeah.
Is that Chopper?
Yeah, the other Jeff. Cynthia's trolling behavior. What did iFi have to say? You said he.
Oh my gosh! So iFi says he can't come back over here, and I was like, "What?" He says you got.
I didn't tell him that. I just.
Yeah.
He is banned.
I never told him.
Is he banned or not banned? I don't.
And he left the Discord. So
Is he banned or not banned?
No, he's just hidden. You can hide him in the chat on YouTube.
Oh.
If he tries to jump on the stream, he'd probably.
He was cursing Chris out, saying all kind of ugly
what?
stuff.
I mean, I didn't really mind it, honestly. It was hilarious to me. He was calling me Christina and saying that I was a trans communist. He was calling me trans and saying I was a trans communist, which I think is just fucking hilarious.
So no, if he's going around saying that I banned him or blocked or
he just said he can't come back over here.
I just did his comments.
So accidentally confused him as Lib and thought he was the trans, so I kind of went with that for a second.
Lib is the trans.
iFi, right, but I thought iFi was Lib, so I was asking him trans questions first.
Yeah, if I found out
Leroy,
we
can discuss whatever you want. Throw a topic.
If I found that iFi was like Lib's like alternate persona or something like that, I would have so much fucking respect for Lib. I would be like, dude, you are the real OG troll. That is like epic motherfucking shit right there. Like I never would have seen that coming. Like I would have been like, I'd be like, dude, you were welcome anytime. Like that is like if I found out that Lib was actually iFi, I would be like, fuck yeah. Like that's that's the shit right there.
Well, I hate that people have an issue with Jeff's panel because Jeff, you're like one of the nicest guys. We even had a conversation about non-Christians can't have morals and values, and I was like, y'all can't tell me nothing bad about Jeff, and I know who he is. So I just hate that they have this
people that well, no one's panel is for everyone. You're not gonna make everybody happy. So
right,
it doesn't bother me that there's some people that don't like my panel because there's enough that do that keeps me going. So
yeah. Because I absolutely enjoy it over here. It's always good conversation. It's not built off of malice. Y'all say it straight how it is.
I don't hate. There's nobody here that I have enough of a connection with to hate.
Me and Jeff will argue on stream and we'll get into it on stream and stuff like that, but we're friends. Like we're friends I guess not in IRL because we're not in the same city, but on Discord and stuff, we're friends. We hang out, we watch Survivor, we chill online all the time. So
you and I can IRL, Chris.
What's that?
You and I can IRL.
Totally. And
IRL we're that close.
You should email me on Discord. Like I said,
we should do like a stream together or something.
Yeah. I'll even come to your church sometime and just check it out because you talked really highly of your church. I
have to claim you though.
No, that would be fun. I'm actually known to kind of pick up people and just bring them to church with me.
Oh.
And so
I mean, me and Lindsay and the baby, me and Lindsay and Juniper, I'd bring Juniper up there, and I'd come, we'd come to church and
listen,
just
the Easter's coming up. Okay, we got Easter. We got Easter, so we're definitely gonna do an Easter egg hunt. Are y'all gonna do an Easter egg hunt with the kids?
Well, she's one. She's just started walking, so I don't know that she's like I don't know that she's
Easter egg hunt time.
I don't know that she's quite. I mean, it would be me walking around with her to try to find Easter eggs. Yes, yes, to freak. I am a believer. I am, but I'm a heretic. I am a Gnostic. I believe in a lot of Gnostic beliefs. So that's the reason why I'm usually not welcome at a lot of church.
Are you saying that an Easter egg hunt sounds lame to freak? What? No way.
I think he's saying what I said is lame.
Oh, okay.
I think he's saying what I said was lame about being a Gnostic Christian thing. Like I think that's lame. But
yeah, or we could have coffee, or there's the art place around the corner from us.
Which one?
The one I'm not going to say out loud because then it'll disclose our location.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
one.
I
mean, it's not really. I mean, I've mentioned many times I'm in the Dallas area, but it's a huge area, so that's
right.
Right.
So, yeah, but I definitely enjoy Jeff's, and I hate to hear that people have that way. But Jeff said it doesn't bother him. But I always want everybody to get along until I don't want them to get along anymore. It's filled with rum.
Well, I am fully capable of getting around the city again. We with their tiny little tax refund. I was able to get us an old 2009 used Prius, and I was able to change out the condenser module to get the air conditioning working, and I found a really cheap stereo that worked in it. So now I have a fully functioning 2009 Prius that I'm fully in. It gets amazing gas mileage, just like Priuses usually do. It cost me $13 to fill the car up from empty.
Wow!
And so I can so I am perfectly the van we were driving before. If I put $20 in it, it would last even just driving just around the neighborhood here, just getting to the grocery store. That would be our whole gas budget for the month. So I could get around now around the city, and it's totally cool. So
So FYI, I have a mechanic that lets you bring your own parts. Huge discount. I mean, huge. I've used him for years and years and years and years. I just go to the Nissan dealership, buy whatever part I need, and then he changes it for a fraction of the price. So if you ever need any, he's one of the last in our area that do it.
What up?
Oh, and to Frank, when I say I'm not Gnostic or something like that, yes, I believe in Jesus Christ. I do believe in Jesus Christ. I am a believer in that sense. I believe that Jesus is part of. It's a long story. I'm not going to go into it on this, but if you want to talk about something, come to the Discord. I'll tell you my whole spiel about that. I've just done it on stream too many times. I just don't want to. I don't want to bogart the stream with my Gnostic shit. So
okay,
I just think, but I am a believer in Jesus Christ, though. So
hell yeah! What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
We're up here shooting the shit.
Oh, so you got a green screen. What do you need a green screen for? You've got always in the. Okay, are you on the road right now? Aren't you?
No,
you're not.
No, it's just a background picture. It's not.
Is
even
that
a green
Kentucky?
screen. It is. This is right out by my house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's a river a little bit down, less than maybe 600-700 yards. The river's not my property though.
Did you not come through Texas? I thought you were going to come through Texas and let me know.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's Moose. Sorry, that's Moose. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh yeah, Moose just comes down. You got to let us know, Moose.
Yeah, he's on his journey.
I mean, if I was coming through Texas, I would say something, but no, I'm pretty stationary here. I don't really have any plans to travel this summer, so.
I gotta get Moose to stop in, and me and Moose and Cynthia can get together and do in a coffee shop, and we can all stream together.
Hell yeah. I
Oh,
seen
wait.
Moose. He streamed with Bitten one time. I think that's how I actually was introduced to Moose.
Yeah,
But I don't know if you guys know Benton, but
I know Ben. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
still
he's
on.
a fun guy.
That's
He's
what
a
I
fun
do.
guy to watch. I mean, he kind of talks just talking, but it's a different kind of stream.
He definitely
Uh,
has a good broadcasting voice. He has a good
he
broadcast.
does. It's soothing. Like
Well, not when he's yelling and screaming at you for 30
yeah.
minutes.
You know
Oh.
what? I haven't caught any of that really. I guess
Oh.
that was before my time. Every time I've listened to him, he's just been talking about, driving the trucks and all the other stupid stuff that goes on in the world, and then some just random quips about some stuff. I mean, I don't agree with everything he says, of course, but I don't agree with anything anybody says. But he has some unique opinions, to put it lightly. But yeah, Chris, I saw you. I was busy yesterday, and I got home like around 5 or 6 or whatever, and I saw that Machine Lies was live, and I tuned in at the point Efi was spurging on you and demanding that you be kicked from the panel or else he was gonna leave.
I'll have to go
And
back and watch that.
oh man, it was silly. This is silly. Dude's crazy, man. Like what the hell? Even the other, like, what was that, 2 or 3 days ago? iFi was talking to me as if he just met me, and that all of a sudden we have aligning political views, which I guess being quote unquote on the right or whatever, which I never used to consider myself a right wing person. I guess just the left is just so far left, like people who are
Mhm.
more centrists are considered right wing extremists or whatever these days. But um, we were having the discussion about something, and or he was asking me about my religious conservative fucking, I don't know, whatever goddamn fucking word salad he's talking about or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to be the religious one. And then I don't know. I remember I was starting to sharpen my chainsaws, and I kind of paid attention again. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Ify's gone, huh? All right, whatever. But yeah, dude, I don't know what his deal is. He's like
I
he
don't either.
rabidly attacks Chris and Lib and other people for no real reason.
He mentioned that he likes to argue. Like he went to his mom took him to a doctor or something. He's been diagnosed with something that he likes to argue because I've noticed that he likes to debate a lot.
Well, you can't agree with the guy, because if you agree with him, he'll hate you for it. Don't you dare fucking agree with me.
Oh.
Well, touche.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to like Ify for a long time. I
I
felt like
did like him. I
I
still
was one of his
like
only defenders there for a little bit, even though he never even paid attention to me and acted like we just met the other day, and then forgot all about me again, apparently. But
I'm sure he'll be back, though. I'm sure.
Well, I don't think he'll be back here.
You don't think
He'll
so?
be hanging out at the other panels, but I don't think he'll come back here.
No, I think he'll come
If
back.
he thinks he's banned, let him think that.
Okay.
But,
yeah, he said he was banned. I kept telling everybody he's
rough.
not banned, but he just ignored me. But I guess I'll play along too now. He's banned. You guys doing all right with the time change?
I didn't even know it changed until
I know. I have regular clocks and they didn't change back. So I'm like, oh, wow, I woke up early.
Yeah, my
today.
alarm clock, I have to manually change.
Yeah.
That's the time I was going by all day.
Me too, Jeff. I was almost an hour late for work because I was like, oh, I got plenty of time. And I was like, oh, wait, I haven't changed these clocks yet.
You work from home?
Yes.
He didn't get banned, the freak. I hid his comment. I hid him in the chat, and he's telling everybody I banned him. He's not banned.
Nobody can see him in the chat.
Nobody can see him, but he's not banned, and he can come on panel and we'll play by ear. But if he's coming on just to be his normal negative self, that's played out. Like I want the iFi that can contribute to having constructive conversations, and I have seen that from him before. So if that's what he wants to bring, he's welcome here. But if he's just coming to troll and turn everything negative, I don't think anybody's interested in that anymore. We've all kind of moved on. Yeah, I don't care. It's
he fully admitted right before Jeff kicked
their
him
own
too.
stream. Anybody can start a YouTube channel. So
he fully admitted right before Jeff kicked him off stream too. He said like his goal was to come on derail the conversation to make it about him.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
he did say
I
that.
think he was joking maybe, but it's still like I think it's the truth.
Like, and he's still on everybody's tongue. Like we spent the last half hour talking about i5.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I wanted to put it out there because I never really even got a chance to vent my 2 cents on it. But yeah,
I think I was
there
one
we
of the
go.
few people that actually liked him, and you're right. I think he liked me least. So you can't win. There's no win.
How can people like you least, Jeff? That I have to question that sanity at that point.
Take the number.
He's a gay Satanist. That's
the
why.
bodies are piled so high.
Gay Satanists automatically evil. Like it's just the stupidest fucking shit, man.
What?
That's why I tell people I start out nice, but they like I don't want them to get fooled and think I'm this.
Well,
I want to set reasonable expectations because it may not always stay that way.
Are you saying you have an evil side? I heard you saying about.
Well, we do. I mean, I do, but I think everybody does. No, it just depends on other people, like how nice it stays. And then in fact, I told some lady that I was part of her group, and she started love bombing me like the very first date, saying that, "Oh, you're so nice and polite. You're one of the nicest." I'm like, "Be careful because I have a history of like conflict and communication breakdowns. So when all that happens, I don't want you to think I was misleading you or deceiving you by making you think I was nice." And she's like, "Oh no, I don't believe that. I'll never believe that about you." And sure enough, when the conflict started, I became the bad guy and like the scapegoat and the person responsible for everybody's problems. And I said, "This is why I tell people this."
How dare you?
Well, there's a difference in thinking that somebody's nice and seeing you with rosy glasses and seeing that you're a level-headed person.
Yeah. I don't know how level-headed I am sometimes, though.
I think you're pretty level-headed.
I view you as level-headed.
You know how I think you're level-headed?
Well, maybe because you know what? You're judging me relative to the panels. And
that's true. But I also judge
if you judge me relative to my life and other people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In real life, people would never see me the way y'all see me. That's why I like y'all more.
Hey, Ragnar. We're just I don't know.
For me, Jeff, it's the fact that like me and you could have disagreements and even like kind of even get like a little heated about it, but we're still completely cool afterwards. That's the mark of like a real adult,
I'm
like
not
adults can have heated conversations and it doesn't like affect their friendship. And like if me and I-Fi as soon as me and I-Fi got into it a couple of times, suddenly he starts calling me Christina and saying that I was a communist trans person. So like
he said you were being passive aggressive or something one day.
No, he said I was being a communist tranny.
Yeah. Well, he said a lot of things. I mean, I don't know. So what did you guys think, or what did Jeff, what did you like about, or not like about Raised by Wolves?
Oh, yeah, we watched the,
we
started that Raised by Wolves movie last night. I'm not a big sci-fi person, and it was kind of, I'm like, okay, this is like just normal sci-fi stuff. But then there were parts of it that were interesting enough to keep me hooked and keep my curiosity going. I'm like, okay, this is the part where it's beyond normal sci-fi. Yes. And it's actually something that has potential to be interesting. So I'm still out on it. I need to watch a few more episodes to fully see, but there were some little parts that were drawing me in above and beyond just the sci-fi stuff.
I'm all about the sci-fi stuff though. So I love
I hate that Android though, mother, who I hate her.
Yeah,
I hate her personality. I hate everything about her.
Oh, it gets better.
Oh God.
So I mean, I guess. Well, I mean, Chris, you still haven't. Have you watched the first episode yet, or?
Frank
No,
didn't like it.
I was stuck out in town again until it was after 10 o'clock. So
You haven't seen it at all?
no, I haven't.
You should at least watch the first episode because I'm interested to see what you think. There were some moments that got into real surreal, like Charlie Kaufman existential territory.
Catch up. I'll check out to catch up.
There is some gore that I was not prepared for, but you'll
I
probably
love
be able
the
to
gore
handle it.
part. It was great. I was just thinking about how much I liked it. It was so much fun to watch. Just Yep.
It was surreal and like tableau enough for me to. It was like Quentin Tarantino type gore, so I could laugh my way through.
In terms of gore like that, like I rewatched a movie that I saw a long time ago and I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I didn't like it the first time I saw it, but I rewatched The Raid 2.
The boobs. They're robots.
Have you seen The Raid 2? Have you seen The Raid 2 cover, Jeff?
Raid 2?
Yeah, The Raid 2.
It really sounds familiar, but I can't.
The Raid Redemption. The Raid Redemption is like this great, like kind of like almost like reverse Die Hard type thing. It's about all these cops. They're going into like raid this drug kingpin's like apartment building where like he basically sinks all of the tenants on him, and it's just a really good like martial arts / like action movie. But like the sequel was much more slow. It's really long. It's like 2.5 hours. And it's very methodical.
It's a foreign film, isn't it?
Sort of, but it's directed by a British director.
Oh.
And it has this scene in it where like there's like this assassin that just like her only implements for weapons are 2 hammers. And dear God, that scene is so fucking intense. Like there's 2 claw hammers and she just like rips the fuck out of these people. And
I think I do remember seeing the first Raid or whatever. It's like 2008 or 9 when that came out.
It's kind of old. The first Raid is great. The second one I used to have a negative opinion of it, but I've changed. It's basically The Departed with like really amazing like action sequences in it. The Departed was more like sudden bursts of violence. Like this is like these like long like protracted like really violent fight scenes. It's insane. Like like I'll totally watch. I'll totally bring it up on Discord and like we can watch it. It's really amazing. Like I really misjudged it the first time. I thought it was like I was expecting what you got from the first Raid, which is like a 90-minute like really like just like fast paced like action movie. The second one is like an hour longer than that, and it takes its time. The extra hour is like used to build up the story of it and everything like that. And it's very much like The Departed, like this guy that goes undercover and he goes into jail and everything so he can get embedded with like this criminal group and everything like that. And it's really fucking intense. Like it's a great movie. But me and Frank watched the first one the other night and it was good.
The Lone Wolf.
Oh no, we're talking about The Raid, but yeah, no, the Raised by Wolves. I'll check out the pilot. I'll check out the pilot tonight, and we can keep watching the rest of the series. I just haven't watched it yet. I have it all on my server, but
and Frank's wanting to watch House of Villains.
Yeah, I do have it all. It's all on my server right now.
So what nights do y'all watch movies? Do y'all do it every night?
Pretty much every day. Yeah.
At what time?
Usually after the stream, sometimes before the stream, and then in the evenings.
Okay.
Like we're gonna be watching the Dutch Mole tonight after the.
Oh
stream.
right, we got in fact, after this is over, that's what's next. We have the finale of the Dutch Mole, the current season, and then after that, I imagine it will be Raised by Wolves or.
Okay, so what episode are y'all all on Raised by Wolves? And
I just watched one. In fact, y'all could rewatch it because Chris hasn't seen it either.
Oh, okay.
I could catch up on 2.
Chris, you have it, right? Or do you want?
Yeah, I have it. It's all on my Flex server. Yeah.
Okay.
Frank didn't care for it. There were parts that had me interested enough to potentially watch.
You see, I work from 3 o'clock to 2 or 3 o'clock. So y'all like when y'all do that stuff at night, it's like y'all are my coworkers, and we're just all
You work from home?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was supposed to get off at 11, but I walked into 380 emails, so it looks like I'm going to be here a while. And I've still got all my emails for today.
What do you do that gets 300 emails in a day? You don't have to tell me like in detail.
No, I'm working logistics.
In logistics, okay.
Imports, exports. So there's a lot going on. So I'm going to be here.
I
So
used to do
when
that
y'all
too.
watch movies at night is like,
I used to do that.
with my coworkers.
I used to do that kind of shit with Amazon, so like I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, holy cow. Well, it turns out I guess somebody was off yesterday and nobody told me, so nobody even did the work. So I'm doing yesterday's work too.
Oh my god!
I know. It was shocking when I saw it. I was like, oh.
So do I, Frank. I tried to watch Yellowstone, but I couldn't get it. I don't know.
I didn't like Yellowstone either.
I expected more
didn't really
than what
care
I got,
for it either. I'm the only one in my family that doesn't like Yellowstone. I don't really like Kevin Costner very much anyway, so I don't know.
It's not even Kevin Costner mine. I don't know, like the whole like people living out in the range, kind of like that kind of cowboyish kind of stuff.
I love that stuff. I watched Joe Pickett.
I mean, I want to live that life. I don't really want to watch it.
I was ready to move to Wyoming.
Well, see, that's why I like sci-fi, because sci-fi is like my fantasy, but reality, like I kind of want to, be like a homesteader.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why that show doesn't appeal to me much. But have you guys seen Outer Range by chance on Amazon?
What's that?
You told me about it. You told me about it. It sounds good.
Are you guys familiar with the myth of well, I don't really know if it's a myth or not, but Mel's Hole?
Yeah,
it's like
whole... you told me all about it. Like,
well, I haven't heard, Chris. What's
well, it's really it sounds stupid to explain, but basically this guy's got a hole in his ranch, like in the ground, and yeah, that's it.
Oh,
there's a hole in the ground, and it goes somewhere, either in time or space, and like. It's a much better show than I can explain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Outer Range.
You give away too much by trying to explain it. Yeah.
What
I guess
show?
so.
Outer Range.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
It's like Yellowstone with Mel's Hole.
With who?
Yeah. You never heard the Mel's Hole like story? The Mel's Hole story. It's pretty.
There's a Y-Files episode that you can check out. It's called
Mel's Hole.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of YouTube channels that makes about Mel's Hole before, but
I think Y-Files does a really good job of explaining
Ellensburg,
it
Washington,
in an objective way.
Yeah. The Y-Files one is probably the best one. In terms of explaining the whole story and kind of debunking it at the same time. He's really good. He's really good at like doing like the debunking thing.
Objectively, and I wouldn't say he completely debunks it. It's not that it can be debunked but it can't be like confirmed either. Is the point? So, but it's some sort of mysterious thing. And Mel was a guy who called in the Art Bell a long time ago about a hole in his yard.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah.
He was
there you
outside
go.
of Vegas.
Yep. And then
he emailed me one day.
Apparently the army took over his property and became all secretive, hush hush, and the guy disappeared and came back like 15 years later, some weird stuff.
What happened? What had happened to him?
No idea. Oh, and plus they lowered people down into the hole, and apparently there's like a civilization that lives down in there or some shit. It's weird.
When he came back 15 years later, what did he say?
I don't really remember. You have to watch the Y-Files to know. I couldn't tell you.
Jeff, if you like fictional podcasts, for example, like the radio drama type podcasts, like I used to listen to one. I kind of lost track of it. There was one that was called Tanis, though. That kind of dealt with some similar type things like that. I think if you like what you're describing right there, you'd probably really enjoy Tanis. It starts out a little slow, but it gets into some really, really weird shit as it goes along. And it's actually like, I don't know. It's my favorite of all like those kind of fictional radio drama podcasts I've ever heard. It's really good. I think you might enjoy it. Check it out.
What's the name of it again?
Tanis. Tanis.
NIS. All right.
Yeah.
Right on, right on.
It's all presented like this guy doing a podcast about mysterious things, and then he gets like further and further involved in it, and it's like I always loved that. I still want to do it. I still want to do like an audio only like fictional podcast thing someday, because I have a couple ideas for some, but like it's just like a matter of finding like a bunch of voices and stuff like that to do it. They actually want to like read it and stuff like that.
Damn, what happened to Freak? How did you go from
DeFreak, I saw you say something earlier. The first time you've ever seen me is the night on Flow State. Man, I've been around at least a few months now. Man, I've seen you around.
you ain't do these?
Am I really that memorable to people? I guess it's probably because
it might be the different names because you have 2 or 3 different names.
2 different names I use primarily, which is just Jeff and his dogs chop wood and play video games is the name of my channel, and then I have this channel. So it's just my other name's like obnoxiously long, and when I type in chat, it pisses everybody off. So I kind of shortened it.
Does it? Oh,
I mean, it does piss some people off.
that wouldn't stop me.
Well, not everybody's as reasonable as you, Jeff. So, as we've discussed already.
Yeah.
I know Jeff insists that he's not reasonable, but we all disagree.
Oh, Frank, are you responsible for Jeff? Is that who we owe the
I
thanks
talked
to?
with Tommy last night for a little bit.
How did that go? Tommy talks to you?
Well, we chat. Yeah, I went on his panel once, and we chatted in his chat. But video games and stuff. He talks to me. Yeah. I wouldn't say that we're friends because Tommy's not the friend type, but he can be normal. I told him I was sticking up for him, trying to get him unbanned here and stuff, but he was like, I can't be friends with a gatenist.
A gatenist?
Well, he shouldn't want to come here then. And in fairness, he really doesn't. The few times he was on was through somebody else's channel when they were double streaming.
I think he has a unique perspective to offer, and I can appreciate it. Plus,
I
have a special affinity for Tommy.
I think he does too.
I had one of my best friends looked a lot like and acted a lot like Tommy, and we're not best friends anymore because he jumped off a bridge in 2012. But
oh God, I'm
sorry. He it's well over it now, man. It's more than 10 years.
I know.
It reminds me a lot of my friend. And my friend, he had his addiction issues too. And I can get why Tommy gets sensitive about people saying stuff about it because, meth does have long-term effects, and he doesn't need to keep being reminded of it all the time. And sometimes it's a little.
The question
is
he on it all the time though?
I don't think he is. I personally,
I don't think he is because I noticed that. I seem to notice the times when he is like there's a marked difference.
Yeah, I've seen him at times when I was pretty sure he was on it, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I just don't think that you'd be able to function to do the stuff that you do with
dude,
being on it.
Dude, I've known so many like what do you call it?
High functioning addicts.
High functioning meth addicts. Like you would never even
Tommy doesn't. I watched his cooking show. He does not impress me as that high. I think the panel verse is big enough for all of us. Tommy has his corner of it.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
Hey, Reddington.
But yeah, like I said, I have a special affinity from Tommy because he reminds me of one of my friends. So, but yeah, I still wouldn't consider him a friend. I do like interacting with him. I enjoy watching his content. He's a funny guy when he's not being like completely rude and mean to people for no reason.
Well, there you go, Tommy. If you're watching, you have people in your corner.
This is not me cupcakes for Tommy. But in any case, you guys got plans for the weekend, or I guess for most people, the weekend's
mostly over.
We're gonna finish our mole show. It's the finale, and then tonight's my D&D night. If it happens, it might get rescheduled. But that's it. Other than that, TV, like Discord. What's rap? I keep wanting to say raised by rabbits, raised by wolves.
Raised by rabbits.
That'd be a more interesting show. I'd like to see. I said like to see a show that was raised by rabbits. That'd be.
I would rather be raised by rabbits. I think it would be cooler to be raised by rabbits, but I think I would prefer having been raised by wolves.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
the result of being raised by wolves.
Well, being raised by rabbits would create sexual deviance versus raised by wolves.
Like a bunny thing.
Quit humping the
Yeah.
What about being raised by rabbits?
Well, I don't have to worry about
Give me that pillow.
Yeah, like
You see the rabbits from like the Rayman game.
yeah, you might function better in society if you were raised by wolves.
Yes.
I pretty much was actually. I didn't have a lot of supervision.
Charlie Kaufman wrote a movie that was actually called Human Nature. That's actually about like a man that was raised in the jungle by gorillas or wolves or something like that. And it's actually really funny. It's worth watching.
Okay, Emerald Forest.
It was the first film that Michel Gondry ever directed. So it's not the best. It's not the best of Charlie Kaufman's work, but it's pretty good.
I gotta get on. I gotta go pay attention to the emails. Y'all have a good night.
You
I think
too.
we're
Good seeing you, Cynthia. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
We will see you again. Take care. Well, I guess that's it. What say you, Chris? Should we
Yeah, I mean, like we can go watch the Dutch Mall.
commence the festivities?
Yeah, I was getting ready to hop off too anyway. So good talking to you guys as always.
You too. If you're around later, we can finish some more. I think so, like some of them should see episode 1, and then we can watch some more from there.
Yeah, I don't mind replaying it again. I have some couple of things I've got planned this afternoon into the evening, but depending on how that goes, I may or may not be around. But Chris, you got the episodes, so
Yeah.
Oh, you do have them, Chris?
Yeah, I have the season. It's on.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well,
so
cool.
you guys are good. So I may or may not be around, but either way,
Frank, that means we'd have to start the next season. I guess we could. That's an option too.
Yeah, you guys.
So right now,
you guys can after the Dutch Mall. You guys can start Survivor because I do have to run out for a little bit. So like I won't be.
well, maybe we'll do that, Frank. I think the finale is like an hour or so, and then maybe we can start the next season and hook back up with Chris and them because you're not going to watch Raised by Wolves anyway. So we'll figure.
he'll get into it. He's just got to watch more than one episode.
I don't know. Not reading those comments, he seems pretty confirmed.
He's just looking for boobs, but that's
It had
the wrong
low
show to look
boobage.
for. Yeah,
was
I mean,
making
it's like
gay.
negative boobage in that show. Like negative because
I
they
can't
were
think of
like
any
6
shows
of them, and they were used to like feed them like rabbits.
I can't think of too many shows that really have like. I mean, in general, outside of porn, like there aren't many shows that have like a lot of great boobage in it. I don't even know what exactly like what
Eyes Wide Shut had some fantastic.
Yeah, I guess so, but it's shot. It's not shot in a sexy way, It's not.
David
like,
Lynch does good boobage. I think True Detective has some good boobage.
Oh no, True Detective does. True Detective has like that one scene in season where the episode 1 or something like that. Yeah, that girl has some nice boobs.
There is boobage out there to be had if you know where to look. If I can find the boobage, come on, guys, up your game.
Yeah. All right, you guys have a good weekend, and I'm sure I'll see you around. See you.
Okay,
Yeah,
you too, Jeff. Take care.
All right. Good night, guys. I'm lagging off too.
All righty. I will
Bye.
see you in the Discord. That's it for today, and see you tomorrow. Travis Fimmel, I don't know actually. I don't know who that is. Let me see if I recognize him. He doesn't look familiar. Yeah, apparently he is in there. So I don't know if you're talking to me, freak, but they don't give me wood. at all. They're just like lumps of flesh, tissue, whatever is in them. No, they don't. Sorry. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow doing this again. Take care. Hail Satan, or whoever, whatever you believe, or yourself. And have a good rest of the weekend.